It's time to find out who the champion of 2024 will be as we go. It's the guesting Raphael Renhofer, who started on pole position and leads the field into turn 1 and into turn 2. The rest of the car scattering. It's Alain Gabet, who qualified in P2. Remaining here, the final race of the season. Right, false start. Cars are meant to pass through their grid boxes. Well, certainly, that looked like the BMW had ducked out of line early. There are a couple of others as well. The drivers are meant to pass through their grid boxes before the lights change. So there you can see confirmation. Car 30 in third place under investigation, but also car 2. The car, and he holds on to that P2. Keep an eye on Max Rosam in the BMW in third place, rising on board with Enzo Juliet into the hairpin. They come, turn 6. But Raphael Renhofer, yesterday's winner with the success ballast on board, but the driver challenging for the championship. Car number 2, right there in the traffic, Mikael Schrey. He's down in 11th place at the moment. He needs to get up with car 31, but car 31 is in 8th place with Josef Knopp at the wheel. This is a fight for the championship. We have a fight for the lead as well. Raphael Renhofer exiting the hairpin. Alain Gabet briefly showing in front, but Renhofer making the Aston Martin as wide as he can. Heading in towards the hairpin. A challenge for the lead. Alain Gabet looking for his first win in ADAC GT4 Germany. Raphael Renhofer has the faster line. He squeezes the Porsche, but it is a drag race. The Porsches have been looking mighty here at the Hockenheim ring. Towards turn 7 they come in the background. Hendrick still ready to pounce, going wide. Alain Gabet under braking into turn 8, the left-hander, but it's Gabet who squeezes his nose in front. Hendrick still trying to follow through. This here is where the lead changed hands. That was where Alain Gabet found the route on the inside of Raphael Renhofer. Great to have Raphael here. Took his first ever win in GT4 Germany yesterday. Joe Warhurst is now into the pits, and it looks like, well, it's potentially a puncture or some kind of work to be done on the front of the car. And there's another one that's been into the barriers. That is Philip Dietrich in the 71 car. Such a shame, been looking so quick with Max Wimmer as his co-pilot, replacing David Lackner for this round. They got a 12th place yesterday, not the way he had hoped his season was going to end. So it looks like he went unaided, just went wide onto the runoff area, and was potentially, looks like there was damage to the car, potentially the water flowing onto the wheel, providing no grip, very little steering, and then from that point onwards he was going to be heading to the scene of the accident, and car 71 coming into fairly hasty retirement, and that's a real shame for Philip Dietrich. A lot of bumping going on in the opening laps of the race. Classic ADAC GT. A gap on the inside, but the safety car is out, so I'm not sure whether that will count or not, depending on how quick the safety car came out. Such a shame for Philip Dietrich, the very popular Australian. A shame. Joe Warhurst, real character. I think the way the mechanic just slung the board onto the bonnet probably says it all, and probably summarises how they're all feeling about this. He, along with Tom Edgar, have been a very welcome addition. Hands thrown up into the air to finish the season. So, right, confirmation. Safety car is in on this lap. The cars are now heading in towards turn 17, out onto the pit straight, and Alain Gabet has got a good jump on Hendrick still. It was his decision when to hit the accelerator. As long as he doesn't overtake the safety car, he can do whatever he wants. Because we've had that safety car, they are going to drop back a long way. Absolute disaster. Also a penalty lap for car 30. Hendrick Still is running in second place as bits of billboard and car go flying up into the air. There's a bit of damage. If the race finished now, Zulauf and Knopp would be 19 points clear of that car there, the blue and silver BMW. Something similar to a banana, and it's a banana-coloured car that's challenging him on the outside, coming into the hairpin. And Plushkull appears to have it covered off at the moment. But for how long? Up ahead of them, Jan Marszałkowski coming under pressure from Enzo Giulio. 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, all running together. In the background is Tim Reiter in the number 3 car, confusing us with a livery change. Right to the inside, Jan Marszałkowski defending 9th place. A challenge further up. Max Rosham is now under pressure from Ferdinand Winter in one of those Porsches. This is for 4th place as we look down at the hairpin, and we can see that Senna Sommerfeld has found a route to the inside of Enzo Giulio. It's going to be a drag race towards turn 7, up towards turn 8. Who's going to be best on the brakes here as they head towards the sharp left-hander? Giulio has the faster line, so Sommerfeld has to yield that position, but he'll come back for another go. There's a car pointing in the wrong direction, and that is the 91 car of Ferdinand Winter. So Ferdinand Winter, who was running in ADAC GT4 Germany. Right, a challenge for position, but it doesn't stick. Max Rosham coming back again. Hendrick still did have a little look. He ducks back to the inside, but that inside is going to be the outside. They'll get around this corner, but it's going to be an outside as they head towards turn 8, but he's got the job done before they even got there. And now Rosham switches to the outside. He'll cut back to the inside as well, but the position has been taken away. It is 4th place for Hendrick still. Rosham is going to try and come back at him, to a driver who has competed in every single race of the ADAC GT4 Germany that there has ever been. The most experienced driver in the field, Gabriel Piana, for one last time this year. The 2021 champion, both he and Mikael Schrey won the championship in 2021. To hope that Josef Knopp and Finn Zulauf run into trouble. So Knopp is in to the pits. The championship leader comes to the pit box. Here comes Finn Zulauf. He is such a quick driver. Josef Knopp about 5 seconds onto a lap time. Right, also in is Alex Connor, handing over to Jan-Philipp Springhoff, who's had no luck at all over the last couple of weeks. Gabriel Piana in car number 2, all the way down in 17th place. He will be promoted several places when those around him pit, but still having to work really hard in the number 2 car, coming under pressure. And even Eccleshick finding a route past the BMW. Piana will try and come back, but just doesn't have the legs. He ducks back to the inside, but car 91, even Eccleshick finding a route past. So the disaster of this weekend continues. Gabriel Piana relegated down to 18th place. Will be significantly better than that, obviously, once the race is done, but not enough to win this championship as things stand at the moment. Enzo Giulio gives way to Mark Di Fulgentio. Right, everybody else coming in now. So we've just got Tim Reiter, Luca Link, Reiter's in, Link's in. So all cars that need to pit are in. Mo Ritson has been shown as 2 laps down and in the pit, so he has clearly retired the car. So I don't know if he's retired the car, maybe he's just come in for his pit stop. He's just that far back. Never mind, Mo. Hey, there's always next year. Right, Luca Link in the blue and white BMW comes to a stop. It's all very peaceful out on the pit lane because, of course, they're all waiting for the clock to tick down. So out comes Luca Link, in gets Damon Suzishin. He's going pro, don't you know? Watch his TV programs, Google it. Right, there's Rafael Rennhofer. He has surrendered the seat of that car to Hugo Sasser, the outgoing champion in ADAC GT4 Germany. Hugo Sasser, along with Mike David Ortman, won back-to-back championships last year and the year before. Did not decide to defend the championship this year, but have come back, and we welcome back Pro Sport Racing as well. Great to have them here. Incident between car 18 and 55, pit exit under investigation. So Philip Goglock and car 18, which is, of course, Mark Di Fulgentio. So clearly there's been some drama between those two, and that is a sad end to a year that has been bruising. We saw them take a win at the Lausitz Ring. We saw them take a 2nd place at the Nürburgring and at Oschersleben, and we saw them take a 3rd place last time out at the Red Bull Ring. But clearly there are issues here. It's not a stop and go or anything like that. I think the car release and relief probably, so he's going to have to visit the penalty box as well, which is a real shame. He's in 16th place at the moment, so a penalty lap for him. Piana finds a route past the fellow Hofer Racing by Bonk Motorsport BMW of Leon Vassather. I don't think Vassather looks to the inside, heading in to the Sachs Curva, a nose in front. Now the two cars run side by side on the exit of turn 14. They come, but Tano Neumann fighting back. Simon Burgess has to yield that position, but now back towards turn 17. He has the inside line. It's going to be a drag race along past the pits. They come, a very wide line for Tano Neumann. All of that side by side running has brought Hugo Sasser back into the equation, into turn 1. Looking again at a replay of that lead change. It was on the exit of turn 17 where it was set up. Simon Birch getting a great exit out of 17. The back end of the car just sliding slightly. In dispatching Tano Neumann, if he catches him, which he's doing now, he looks to the inside into turn 2. The two cars have a little nudge. They make a slight contact, but Sasser with his elbows out muscles through. Now Tano Neumann, having been leading this race, is relegated 2 positions in 1 lap with 16 3/4 minutes plus 1 lap remaining of this race. Our new race leader, Simon Birch, in car number 10. He's taken over from Denny Burnt, looking for both of their first ever wins in GT4 Germany. They are being pursued by the outgoing champion, Hugo Sasser. Luca had to spend a night in hospital as a result of that. There is a change for position, a challenge for position, because even Eccleshick had briefly got in front of Philip Goglock, but Goglock's having none of it. Takes the position back. That'll be for 8th place. The Aston Martin, I think they've finally worked out the brakes on that car after a season of terror. Even Eccleshick, along with Ferdinand Winter, have been very much in the wars in the Wimmer Werk Porsche. Now towards the hairpin along the parabolica, you can see the difference in straight line speed under braking. Eccleshick gets it slowed down. Will Goglock be able to dump back to the inside and take it back again? He doesn't really need the points, but he's going to try it. A dive bomb up on the inside into the hairpin under braking. Zulauf sees the gap. And suddenly, Max Kronberg not really putting up too much of a fight. He tries to come back on the outside. But I'm wondering whether a call might have been made. We look to see, are there any more twists, any more turns? Is there a sting in the tail in this 2024 season that has been so entertaining? A season that has seen us with, counting, 5 different cars winning. Are we going to make it a 6th with Simon Birch and Denny Burnt? Look how hard Leighton Fury is challenging. He wants this position. 2.5 minutes remaining. They are challenging for 5th place. Leighton Fury in 6th at the moment. Maybe only a matter of time. He flicks out a slipstream as they head along past the pits towards, and then it will be championship celebration. Still fighting for position further back. It is a pass, or was a pass. Leighton Fury getting together with Max Kronberg. He spins the car around. The big beneficiary of this, Tommy Gore. He's going to get past both of them. So let's have a look again at the cars getting together. And it was Leighton Fury who went spinning. He was able to recover and get back out again, and fairly big thump from Max Kronberg, and I'm wondering whether there might be a penalty in the closing stages of this race. So we haven't had an update on the timing, but now we have Tommy Gore up into 5th place. Ever the opportunist. He jumps when he sees them get together. But here, Simon Birch into turn 16 for the very last time. It's gonna be a first ever win for Simon Birch and Denny Bird. 2nd across the line, outgoing champion Hugo Sasser, along with Raphael Renhofer, Tano Neumann and Alain Gobet. Are they gonna get 3rd? Yes, they are. The champions of 2024 are going to be Finn Zulauf and Josef Knob. They are the champions of ADAC GT4 Germany. And there you can see in the car to go on their ever-growing mantelpiece. Right, we'll gather up for the celebrations. So now the celebration starts. We have our champions in the 6th season of ADAC GT4 Germany. We're going to come back and do it all again next year. Ben Zulaf and Josef Knopp, your new champions, ahead of Jamaica's Tommy Gore and Summerbell, even Eccleshick and Ferdinand Winter. They've been in the wars, but a 6th place ahead of Leighton Fury, Max Rozam, Philip Gogelot wrestling the Aston Martin home in what is arguably one of the toughest GT4 categories in the world. To win here really is a remarkable achievement, and that is exactly what they have done here at the Hockenheim ring.